back. In this section, we're going to learn about bone fractures. So, when we talk about repairing bone fractures, as in all injuries, an inflammatory process is going to occur, but that is only going to be the beginning of repairing bone fractures. And because bony tissue is a type of connective tissue, fibroblasts are going to have a major role, as well as because we are building lots of bony tissue, osteoblasts will have a major role. And just like when bone was originally made, we have to look at, well, there's only two ways bone can be made, either from mesenchyme or from cartilage. And since bone fractures are now occurring in childhood and adulthood and not in the fetus, we no longer have embryonic mesenchyme. So we have to create a cartilage template and then change that to bone. And so when we talk about bone fractures, we're talking about repairing bone fractures. We're talking about more than just the length of time that a bone is kept in a cast, because repair goes much longer than that. The bone remodeling has to continue to the point where you're going to have compact and spongy bone, and if it's long bone, for you to have a medullary cavity. And this process can take months and or years. So let's go through the steps of what happens after a simple bone fracture. So when the bone is broken, we're going to have four main time periods. The first time period is immediately after the fracture. And for that, what you need to realize is that bone was a tissue that had a blood supply. And so in breaking the bone, we tore blood vessels. And so now blood is leaking out of the blood vessels and is going into the space where the bone was broken. And so that blood's going to continue to leak for about 6 to 8 hours, and it's going to form a blood clot in the tissue, in the soft tissues, like under the periosteum, as well as between the bony fragments. And this blood clot in the tissue is known as a hematoma. So a hematoma is any kind of blood clot in the tissue. It's not a blood clot in a bone. It's any kind of blood clot in a tissue. And as I said, this will be enlarging over about the first 6 hours after a bone has been fractured. And then before we can talk about making bone or making cartilage to repair this, we have to get rid of this blood clot. We have to have cleanup on aisle 3. And so we're going to have the normal inflammatory process, which is going to go on in a normal person for 10 to 14 days. And so I'm not going to go through the details of the inflammatory process now, because we're going to spend a lot of time talking about it when we talk about the immune system. So that is the first step. The first step actually has two parts: the hematoma formation and then the inflammation and cleanup. The second step is now where we are going to make new connective tissue. So we're going to take some of those fibroblasts, they're going to start making fibers, and then some of them are going to get new signals and they're going to start making cartilage. And so the cartilage that we are going to be making here is actually going to be making fibrocartilage. And so when we have a piece of fibrocartilage that spans between the broken bony pieces, it's going to add a little bit of strength finally, not enough that you could walk on it or not enough that it would keep it from moving, but it's enough to sort of semi-immobilize the pieces while they are in a cast. And this fibrocartilage with the broken bone is now called a fibrocartilaginous callus. And this takes approximately 3 weeks. So look, we're a month post-fracture already, and all we have is a fibrocartilaginous callus. But now we're going to use that piece of cartilage as a template to make bone. So take what you remember, because remember I had you practice it several times about how to take cartilage and use it as a template to make bone. And that's going to be our third step, where we're going to take our fibrocartilaginous callus and replace it with a bony callus. So those fibroblasts that became chondroblasts and then were trapped as chondrocytes, now those chondroblasts are going to get the new message to no longer make cartilage, but to become osteoblasts, to start laying down bony spicules. And then they're going to, that osteoid, they're going to drop their calcium and it's going to become calcified. And then they're going to be trapped as osteocytes. And so in about 3 or 4 months, we're going to have some good spongy bone, which basically has made a rigid scaffolding between all the broken bone pieces. And you can see this bony callus because it bulges here at the site of the fracture. And we've got beautiful periosteum going across the edges. If the periosteum was torn, then fibroblasts made a new periosteum. But as you can see, this still does not look like normal bone. And that requires the fourth step. And the fourth step is bone remodeling. And this can take many months. And it's in the bone remodeling stage that we will transform spongy bone into making a compact bone collar, as well as bring osteoclasts in to remake the medullary cavity if this is a long bone. Now, here's the kicker. If you smoke or are exposed to secondhand smoke, this process, as well as the previous processes, all will take much longer. So please, this is another reason not to smoke. So what I would like you to do at this point is to look at these pictures with a few words to help you and take yourself through these 4 big steps. Use the terminology and make sure you understand the basics of fracture repair. And I will see you shortly when we go through bones of the skeleton. Thank you so much.